If you ever get done with a embroidery design like we are, we're just finishing up our embroidery applique lesson here on the Bernina 880. It's part of our Embroidery Essentials online course blocks where you learn 15 different embroidery techniques and learn all sorts of things about your machine that you probably had no idea it was capable of doing. But what I want to talk about is what happens if something goofs up. You need to start over, you need to start in a position, maybe something happened here, you didn't notice it as it went all the way around the design, and by the time you got done, you decide that you need to go back and fill in or fix an area. So at any given time, you can always jump from color to color with these arrows, and it always shows you what part of the design it's stitching. So whatever color is on screen, that's the part. Like right here, color 7 is the outline of the design. Now, if you need to then move stitch by stitch to an exact area, like one of these little spots on his wing, you will touch the little place here with a little broken thread symbol. It's the thread with the little X in the center. Now, if you ever break a thread, this is the screen you get to. And so you can actually, you'll be using this probably. We all do it, especially if you're breaking thread, it's usually like it's time for a new needle. If you haven't cleaned or oiled this machine lately, that's usually a classic example of why a thread breaks. Another one is actually your quality of thread you pick. So if you got a great deal on thread, it could actually be your thread. So make sure you're using good quality thread and check with your local Bernina store for the best selection. Okay, so I'm going to show you how you can move through a design with the stitch width and length knobs. So even though we kind of jumped to color 7, which is this whole entire outline, and there's quite a few stitches in with this, as you start to move, we are progressing forward from the first stitch in the color all the way stitch by stitch. You can see the big design here as the little needle moves through it, and then a very zoomed in area off to the side. So as you just go ahead and you can turn that really fast and it jumps all the way around, you're going to be able to see where your needle is as it moves to the area on the fabric, and then you can see if you're there or not. But this knob, the one that's your stitch length knob, will move you very quickly. So this was stitch by stitch, but this one jumps at 50 to 100 stitches at a time. So if you had a very detailed area of this color and you need to kind of get to the middle of that, you can jump there really quick by kind of flowing through 50 to 100 stitches at a time, and it will get you to where you need to be. Then use the top knob to kind of dial in your exact stitch. So once you're there, then you can go ahead and start stitching. So it'll start stitching any place. If you ever need to like fix something, go back, fix a little gap, maybe some bobbin thread came up, you can find that you can stitch over it and nobody will notice where that overlap actually happened. So if this video has been helpful for you, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We've got over 120 videos below where you can find all the things you need to learn on your Bernina 880. So check out all the things that we have listed in the description.